Please hold while we wait for.
Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent sinner. I pledge to find and connect with my sinner. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warrior and to assist all those seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. That is the Gye-Nyame prayers that is said by all of our true members at least once a day. Peace and welcome to our YouTube channel. Check out our videos and podcasts. Subscribe as well as join the journey. Push past your self-imposed limitations within the Gye-Nyame journey. Peace. Alright, yo, this is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. Yep, for those that's tuning in, we live and direct, and I'm glad to be here, man. I am very, very happy to be here. Now, I am not super prepared for this show. I didn't go over the story like I should have, but I know it's a good one. And I think we're going to get a lot out of it. I usually read in advance, send out invitations. I stopped sending out the invitations because, I just posted on Facebook. If y'all want to join, you can join. You can join the conversation at 614-556-4535. And I say welcome to the journey. I like to thank those that listen to the podcast later, and I like to really thank those that take the time to download the show. I want to send shots out to all of the tens and tens of people that are listening. I really, really do appreciate you and for supporting the journey. And of course, I got to remind you, because I said journey about 5 times. I'm going to say it one more time. I'd like to welcome you to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. I am your host, Brother Hatim, sipping on some ambrosia. You know how they say don't get high on your own supply? That's only if you ain't growing and producing the shit. Alright, this is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. And of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simmer production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Alright. So, we're going to cover a little bit of news, then we're going to get into the story. And I'm telling you, this is a life changer, even though because I glanced over it real quick while I was sitting up here, and it's about to go down, yo. Hey, now, we know we got to send shouts out to the ancestor, Fidel Castro, who passed away. Shouts out. We got to send some, I don't know what we send up for Kanye West and his, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. Well, better yet, let's let God say it. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say, right? So I ain't gonna say nothing. You know, sometimes it's best just to shut up, right? Of course, you know that Donald Trump is the next incoming president. You know, I know some of y'all that's listening to this in the future are trying to understand how the fuck did that happen, and I know. I mean, y'all probably listen to this 8 years from now hopefully laughing at the fear that people had, and you know, but one thing that I know, and that always got me through all my hard times, I'm able to say, one day, I will laugh about this shit. And hopefully I'm sitting with you 8 years from now, laughing my ass off. I will be at that time almost 56 years old, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm moving kind of slow, a little bit different, because I'm trying to change my diet. I'm experimenting with a fasting format where you eat 1 meal per day. This is day 1. I did pretty. Actually, I did good. You eat only between 5 and 10 p.m. They call it fast 5. You know what I'm saying? Of course, in Gye-Nyame, we're gonna take it and change the name. It's fast freedom, right? Because 5 is freedom, right? But the whole piece is that they have done studies with lab animals, and they have found that when they reduce the caloric intake to 1/3, the animals live 30% longer. Now, not that I'm really pressed about living a longer life, but I'm pressed about how I die. If I'm old, I want to make sure that I'm able to expire, like I read about some of the ancients, how they used to expire. They used to just, you know, say goodbye to everybody, sit down, breathe, and be gone. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate way for me to go, right? That's the ultimate, my choice, my time. You know what I'm saying? There's enough going on here. I done laid enough foundation. Just blast off and be gone, right? Also, I've been experimenting with what I call the Ashe breath. Most of y'all know it as the Wim Hof method, but I learned a long time ago at a seminar that was being held at Ohio State. They actually call it like a bellows breath. You know what I'm saying? But I just, I Africanized it, and I call it the Ashe breath. And practicing maintaining the breath, withholding the breath. And also Wim Hof piece, I've been jumping in and doing a lot more cold showers and exposing myself to the cold a little bit more. And of course, increasing the amount of ambrosia that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it all starts with us. Right? I want people to feel good about drinking ambrosia. And I want people to have the right mind state when they're drinking ambrosia. You know what I'm saying? Because when you drink that ambrosia, I need you to be, I need you to have the intention behind drinking. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I want you to be clear on why you drinking ambrosia. Are you drinking it just to relax and chill and to get off pop? Then I want that intention clear. Are you drinking it because possibly it might have some health benefits? I want you to be clear and be intentful with each drink that you take. And this is why I'm saying that. In watching my scobies, which are symbiotic colonies of bacteria and yeast, grow, I'm noticing that they are connected. They're like a mushroom, but they're not a mushroom. Very similar. And mushrooms also form colonies. And what happens to one mushroom, no matter how far away it is away from the colony, the rest of the colony know about it. So when you drink an ambrosia, you are in a sense becoming part of a larger collective. You have billions of organisms that are trying to give you what you need. Why? Because they have formed a symbiotic loop with you. And by you being clear about what it is you want, you transmit those intentions to the major colony that I hold, right? And they reproduce for you what you need. So if a majority of the people that are with me are drinking it for the health benefits, then boom, that's what's going to be accentuated within each batch that I pull out. If it's just for taste, that's what's going to be put. So we need to be intentional about what we're doing, right? As nation builders, as warriors, we got to be intentional. When we have fun, we have fun. When we building, we're building, right? And sometimes we can mix all of those, but we have to be intentional about what we do. And when it comes to this health thing, when it comes to us doing this business thing, we need to be intentional. Something else that I have increased in frequency, because I always did it, when I get up in the morning, I say the Gye-Nyame pledge, right? And one of the things I want to start the show is, you heard it. Well, actually, we do it because when I do that commercial, I do the Gye-Nyame pledge. I'm a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and push past all of my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of Gye-Nyame warrior, and I pledge to assist all those seeking the path to success. I pledge all these things first to myself, to my teachers, to all my relations, to my ancestors, to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick. So that's my ambrosia commercial. Be intentional about drinking it. Matter of fact, I think that's going to be one of my slogans. The intentional drink, right? Be clear on what you want from it, and it will help produce. All right, you got 1 billion organisms ready to be at your service, so don't waste it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so in the news real quick, martial arts can pose serious danger for kids. Of course, it's a fucking martial art. I'm just like wondering where they come with some of these articles. Shit ain't real unless they bleed. That's what I keep telling my kids, martial art instructor, Clee, because they be having these kids padded up. We couldn't even afford pads when I was young. Shit. You was walking out with a busted lip, might have a broken nose, you know what I'm saying? You walking out limping, you know what I'm saying? I used to have to walk home from martial arts practice because I'd be fucked up and I would have to limp my ass home. But the point that I'm saying, it ain't real until you bleed because it's martial arts training. You're learning how to hurt another motherfucker. So, of course, there's a possibility that you're going to get hurt. So, sometimes some of these articles, man, is just stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? Martial arts can pose serious dangers for kids. No fucking kidding. You know what I'm saying? You're learning how to break somebody's jaw with your foot. I mean, what are you putting your kid in there for? You know what I'm saying? What are you putting your kid in there for? If you didn't think that a child would get hurt, yeah, getting hurt is shit. You get hurt. I mean, my kids fall down the goddamn steps walking out the door, so you going to get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it's not real until they bleed. I'm just telling you. Cleve is not going to take it. I mean, he be doing demonstrations and they be kicking. They be having on all these pads. At practice, they be having on all these pads. And I'm like, yo, Cleve ain't taking it seriously because he ain't bleeding yet. You know what I'm saying? I just can't wait because there's something about the taste of your own blood, man, that brings out that beast in you. Actually, it brings out the bitch or the beast. It depends on you. You know what I'm saying? First time I tasted my blood, it was on and popping, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? You know, same thing with football. You know, and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's part of growing up in this warrior, in a warrior lifestyle. Our young people are warriors, right? And we're gonna get into that discussion with this story because this story is dope. All right. Mental health experts weigh in on Kanye West continue hospitalization. I ain't gonna read that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Kanye, I don't know what, I can't really feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? But my heart goes out to him, you know, because it is horrible being an artist with money. I mean, I ain't gonna say, it's just, I mean, it's like to be brilliant and motherfuckers just don't want to hear what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I know he upset. I know he angry. You know what I'm saying? But hey, Kanye, you know, I hope the ancestors help you out. But you surrounded by some crazy shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, it's that's a crazy situation you put yourself in, man. I'm just saying, not only with the rants and shit, but damn, you surrounded by women that's just, I mean, it's just, that shit is unexplainable. But hey, that's you, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? If you love it, if you like it, I love it. All right. We had an incident in Ohio State. I definitely got to cover that. I'm gonna read a little bit of this. This is, well, I'm on News Republic. Ohio State attacker, I can't take it anymore. Opposing views. That's the name of the article. And all right, well, it's short. On the morning, they got February 28th, but we know that it was November 28th. A student on Ohio State University campus went on a rampage using his car and a butcher knife as a weapon. Now, they had everybody in Columbus thinking that it was an active shooter. This motherfucker ran over some people with a car and jumped out with a butcher knife. He was shot dead at the scene. A car driven by Abdul Razik Ali Artan suddenly appeared on the sidewalk. One eyewitness explained was high speed and it just hit whoever came in front of him. After crashing into a concrete block, Artan emerged from the car and began attacking people randomly with a knife, reports the New York Times. In total, he hit 6 people with his car and stabbed 5 with his knife before being shot dead by a university police officer. The wounded are expected to survive according to university officials. Now, when you start targeting a group of individuals, when you start persecuting a group of individuals, start making people feel uncomfortable, because I'm going to go over some of these other articles that's going to kind of explain the mind state. You know, this guy is kind of feeling like, what the fuck? I mean, what I got to lose? You know what I'm saying? And there's millions of other people out there like that, and not all of them are Muslims, right? You got people that's getting frustrated. You got the media pumping out fear about possible deportations or investigations because you're different than what America really should be. You know, so you got people just reacting. You got people exploding. You know what I'm saying? Exploding. You know what I'm saying? White and black. It's going crazy out here. All right. This is a piece from News. Dang, I ain't got my glasses. News CDN News Rep Net. Obama will sign executive order removing marijuana from Schedule 1. I don't know if it's official because that sounded like a theoretical article when I read it. But they're talking about marijuana being moved from a Schedule 1 drug to a possible Schedule 2 before Obama leaves office. That I believe that's a good move. You know, I'm anxious to see what other people have to say about it. Of course, I want to send shouts out to DJ Delford Chaborn for supporting the show and always posting up on Gye-Nyame Journey. He posted up a few powerful pictures up there. Trump's potential Homeland Security pick has announced his plan, and it's absolutely terrifying. Sheriff David Clark. Look, dude, I read this morning and I started laughing because I didn't know whether this was serious. I mean, because some of this news, man, you don't know whether it's serious or not. But, you know, I done read about 3 or 4 different articles talking about this dude, David Clark, being in charge of Homeland Security. Now, y'all do remember a lot of the overseers was black. Yeah, man, listen. I don't know. I mean, what can you say? I mean, because he been on shows making a fool of himself. I mean, he's very opinionated. America's okay. They don't need no work. Everything is straight. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna get in gung-ho because he got to prove himself, and he gonna crack heads. And guess who heads he gonna start cracking, y'all? You know, I'm blaming my brothers up there in Milwaukee because y'all let this motherfucker out of that city. I don't Milwaukee. When I come there, we're gonna have to sit down. And we're gonna have to have a man to man because I don't understand how y'all let this fool up out that city. And why is he wearing a cowboy hat in Milwaukee? You know what I'm saying? Maybe he ain't get the message, but you know, what's that dude that fought Bruce Lee that had the Texas Ranger? He wanted to be a Texas Ranger in Milwaukee. I mean, this shit was so funny to me. I had to post that shit twice. I mean, I was looking at it and did a picture they always post of him, man. He just looked crazy as hell. I'm just hey, but y'all better get on your meditation. You better start getting in shape. You better start getting your probiotics, the ambrosia. You better start getting healthy, get in shape, yo. Hey, because it may be going down. Because only take one crazy person, put them in power. All this shit will be shut down. So you got white folks running around screaming, I voted for Trump. So there's white shoppers melt down after black worker asks her to pay for a bag. Bitch went ham. How dare you black to ask me to pay for a bag? Don't you know Donald Trump is my president? Y'all gotta get ready for it, man. You gotta get ready for it. Now, the one article that I wanted to make sure I want to talk about was there is on Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm on the Gye-Nyame Journey timeline, by the way. Gye-Nyame Journey, Facebook.com/Gye-Nyame Journey. All right. There is a post from independent.co.uk called Might Be a Bad 2016 might be bad, but at least you're not this lion getting KO'd by a giraffe. And it shows a lion trying to attack a giraffe. And one of the pieces that I wanted to make sure I stressed on this show, as well as any other show I'm on, that when you do something, go all out. You know what I'm saying? Because, we got people running around. People love talking about the power of the lion and how the lion is a beast and, how lions get down. But, lions miss a lot of times. Lions fuck up a lot of times, right? Lions aren't as super successful hunters. We able to see footage of them catching this shit. We rarely get to see and talk about the footage when they miss. And on this one, not only did he miss, but the giraffe didn't just give up. See, many of us, we could be in a position of prey. But as prey, we still have the possibility and the power to destroy the predator. You understand what I'm saying? Because this giraffe ran this motherfucker over. This giraffe wanted to get away. This giraffe blood was pumping. This giraffe just didn't give up. And some of y'all got to have the tenacity and the daring of this giraffe in your life, right? You know what I'm saying? The lion might be upon you, but until the lights go out, don't your ass stop. Run that motherfucker over. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of shows, and there's plenty. You can go and find YouTube videos of lions getting fucked up by the prey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they kill them little gazelles, but let them go and fuck with a water buffalo at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Let them fuck with a giraffe at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Let them do it. You know what I'm saying? You better stick with them little impalas. You know what I'm saying? An impala about as big as a small French poodle. You know what I'm saying? It would be a shame if the lion couldn't get that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, let's talk about when, you know what I'm saying? Because every zebra ain't going out like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? Some of them fighting. And some of them kick all the way until the life leaves them. And that's really how we got to be, yo. You know what I'm saying? Even when we facing defeat and it's looking us dead in our eye, we need to know where it's time to. Because I'm going to find another video. Because I had a video where I don't remember what type of animal it was. What the lions had him down, and this motherfucker waited for his prime opportunity, was chomping on his ass, biting his ass. I mean, literally, just like already, just, and they relaxed their grip, and that motherfucker jumped up and ran. You know what I'm saying? The point is, when the opportunity comes, we have to be prepared. You know what I'm saying? As predator or prey. You know what I'm saying? And many of us are operating in a prey mind state. No, actually, we're operating in a victim mindset because most prey don't act like a victim. Because when you corner them, dude, I want you to realize this. Lions don't be trying to corner none of these big animals. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to get this. They want to keep you running. And I want you to understand this. This is part of the strategy, right? In war, you never want to corner your enemy. Why? Because you leave them with two choices. They can't run now. You done took away the running option. You got them cornered. Now the only thing left for them is to fight. When you facing your enemy and you have the advantage, never corner them. Always keep them out in the open, because that keeps their mind wondering and looking for other ways to get away from you. And while they're thinking of these other ways to get away from you, you can destroy them. But if you corner them, you in for the fight of your life. You in for the fight of your life. Now, some of y'all might be living in hoods where y'all got suckers that just lay down and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But after a couple of blows, most people is going to get up and react. And one of those lucky blows, it only take one lucky blow. Because the jaw is not that tough. I don't care who you are. You know what I'm saying? The private parts, hey, the right pressure at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I mean, you could break somebody's neck very easily. So it's a matter of knowing strategy. And a lot of us, we don't know the strategy. Sometimes we have to wait, and sometimes waiting means that we have to wait in pain. Tomorrow when we start the chapter on sacrifice, in tribal quotes, you'll understand. But hey, we are now. Oh, hold on. Let me finish the news. And then we're going to get into. So I ain't gonna hold y'all. I like to thank everybody that viewed that one. Delta says it's sorry for Vogel Pro Trump passenger, another one of those Trumpers got on the thing and started tripping on the airplane. All right. Also, I want to send shots out to Brother Robey on the Gye-Nyame timeline. Brother Robey did a real good video called "Why We Get Sick." Real good video, and I got it up on the timeline. So go and support the brother and send him out some shots. We want to send shots out to Fidel Castro, who died at 90. I also have an article on here about kombucha, which ambrosia is a form of. 10 plus reasons why kombucha is known as an immortal elixir. Let's go look at that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because we possibly got the fountain of youth sitting right here. The fountain tastes good. All right. Oh, those that want to join the conversation, because we're about to get into the show, 614-556-4535. Once again, that's 614-556-4535. All right. 18 health benefits of kombucha. It's a natural detoxifier, 1. Antioxidants, 2. Energy, 3. Immunity, 4. Helps against constipation, 5. Helps against obesity, 6. Diabetes. I want to read this one because a lot of people in our circle be having. Well, let's go back to the obesity. Kombucha help balance the metabolism. Animal studies show the tea may cause weight loss by encouraging calorie restriction. Diabetes. Research dating back to 1929 found kombucha decreased blood sugar, and I want to stress can reduce blood sugar because, like I said, this stuff has not been scientifically proven. It's from people that use it, and then you had some loose studies back in 1929, but you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all can experiment with it and let me know how it works for you. More recent animal studies report that kombucha significantly reduces blood sugar levels in diabetic rats. Another study suggests that kombucha may be considered a candidate for the treatment and prevention of diabetes. So those are loose studies, and then I don't see no source material on that. So you do your own research on that. Remember, I always tell you do your own research, okay? This article is from, this article is from, it's called kombucha.com. Kidney toxicity. Kombucha may help eliminate kidney damage caused by environmental pollutants and may be beneficial to patients suffering from renal impairment. Kombucha has also been used to prevent calcification in the kidney and may prevent the formation of kidney stones. Gout. Cholesterol levels high. We all know that high blood lipid levels, excessive cholesterol, and hypertension, high blood pressure ultimately lead to cardiovascular disease, the number one killer in North America. Drinking kombucha tea has been found to decrease blood cholesterol levels. Hypertension. Anemia. Now this is me. Organic acids. Organic acids found in kombucha convert trivalent iron compounds from plant sources to divalent iron ions. This makes iron from plant sources more available to the body. And vitamin C in kombucha enhances iron absorption. Researchers suggest kombucha is particularly recommended for elderly people and vegetarians because it enhances the absorption of iron and helps prevent iron deficiency. You're supposed to be in bed, pretty girl. Good night. Liver health. Nervous system. Asthma. Joint problems. Cancer prevention. Let's read that. Kombucha has also been proven beneficial for cancer prevention and recovery. A study published in Cancer Letters found they don't cite anything. Do your research. Do your own research. Do your own research always. I'm reading from another article. I didn't write this, and even when I write, do your research. All right. Letters found that consuming glucaric acid found in kombucha reduced the risk of cancer in humans. President Reagan reportedly drank kombucha daily as part of his regimen to battle stomach cancer. Antibiotic-resistant infections. Now, you know we run into a lot of these, right? Kombucha contains strong antibacterials to combat infectious diseases such as diphtheria, scarlet fever, influenza, typhoid, paratyphoid fever, and dysentery. Its high total acidity makes it effective against Helicobacter pylori, Salmonella typhimurium, Staphylococcus aureus, and Bacillus cereus. It's been suggested that kombucha may be an effective alternative to synthetic antimicrobials that are becoming increasingly ineffective. And that, my friends, in that piece on kombucha, which my friend brings us back to this lovely drink that I am having called that ambrosia. It is a form of kombucha, but it's not your regulatory kombucha. This is not the old school. Actually, this is the old school kombucha, honey and green tea. What a relief it is. All right, let's move on. All right, so on to the story. Let's get to the story. Class in session.
Hi, everyone. Time for bed.
Yes, it is time for bed. Go upstairs. All right. What you down here for? What you need?
I need you to tie it because
You want me to? All right. She want me to tie a headscarf. So give me a second. I'm gonna play a little bit of music while I tie my baby's hair wrap. Hold on. The man, the horse, the ox, and the dog. A horse, ox, and a dog, driven to great straits by the cold, sought shelter and protection from man. He received them kindly, lighted a fire, and warmed them. He let the horse make free with his oats, gave the ox an abundance of hay, and fed the dog with meat from his own table. Grateful for these favors, the animals determined to repay him to the best of their ability. For this purpose, they divided the terms of his life between them, and each endowed one portion of it with the qualities which chiefly characterized himself. The horse chose his earliest years and gave them his own attributes. Hence, every man is in his youth impetuous, headstrong, and obstinate in maintaining his own opinion. The ox took under his patronage the next term of life, and therefore man in his middle age, is fond of work, devoted to labor, and resolute to amass wealth and to husband his resources. The end of life was reserved for the dog. Wherefore the old man is often snappish, irritable, hard to please, and selfish, tolerant only of his own household, but averse to strangers and to all who do not administer to his comfort or to his necessities. Did y'all hear that? Now, in this story, Aesop did something a little bit different. Aesop gave us a peek into the development of man and what to expect at certain phases of our life. Powerful. I mean, I have run into stories like this before, right? This is an initiation story, right? Because this basically tells you about the qualities of man and what to expect as you age, right? So, we got the horse, the ox, and the dog struggling, about to freeze to death, and they seek shelter with man, and man is very gracious to them, and in return, they each give man a piece of themselves in his life. So at the beginning of life, the horse gives man his qualities. And let's listen to those qualities. In youth, the horse chose his earliest years and gave them his own attributes. Hence, every man in his youth impetuous, headstrong, and obstinate in maintaining his own opinion. Horse-headed. Y'all heard it before, right? Horse-headed, right? Man and women, you're not excused, right? Horse-headed, hard-headed, like a horse. You know what I'm saying? You ass. I mean, because that's a form of a horse, right? You know what I'm saying? And this describes the youth of men. This describes our youth. You know what I'm saying? I was headstrong, right? You know what I'm saying? And we could look at the growth of societies in the same way. You know what I'm saying? And by at least having these pictures, having these symbols, having these ideas, you know what I'm saying? We are able to look at where something is and learn how to deal with it. We know that the horse is impetuous, headstrong, and obstinate in maintaining his own opinion. But a horse can be tamed, right? And when you tame a horse becomes a valuable tool in your toolbox. That headstrongness, right? That impetuousness. When it's guided, it becomes something that you build a nation under, right? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing with the young men? What are we doing with the young women? You know what I'm saying? Are we guiding? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got to put a bit in the horse's mouth. Sometimes you got to put the little spikes on the heels to kind of nudge the horse in the direction that you want to go. And this goes for you. Some of you might be in this phase right now where you like, man, shit, I ain't going to. Oh, somebody got to push you. Somebody got to prod you. Somebody got to, pull on the bit to cause some pain for you to make the changes in the direction that you need to make. Right? You know what I'm saying? So we look at this and we can see a lot of young people like this. They know everything. You know what I'm saying? They hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to listen. It's like, they feel that they know what direction they're going and it's cool. But the whole piece is now you're moving into another phase of life, right? So at those younger ages, that's when we have to train our young people. We have to train them, right? I know a lot of y'all, well, they're not dogs. We're not dogs. Listen, okay, I could dig that, right? But we still don't need to be trained. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to understand, I deal with kids every day that come in and act like they don't have any training. They call it home training, right? You just got this impetuous, wild, young horse, this young stallion, this young female. I mean, they just wow. They in a place where they could run free with other horses, and they form little horse, what they call them, not horse packs. They call them, I don't know what they call a horse tribe, where they running around, a herd of horses just running around, and the fastest and the biggest and the strongest one is usually in the lead, and unfortunately he's the one that's the most lost, that everybody, or she is the most lost, and they all follow him, you know what I'm saying, running along, you know what I'm saying. But by us knowing this description that Aesop has painted for us, we know that we have to start training our young people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you go over there and stand. Go on and stand. You got to learn to stand still. You know what I'm saying? Because you ever wonder, I mean, if a horse, because I know some of y'all watch Westerns, if a horse is so hard-headed, so stubborn, you know what I'm saying, so headstrong and obstinate, maintaining his own opinion, how is it that this little rope that this dude is tying onto a beam, he just wraps it around and go in and drink at the saloon? The horse never leaves because the horse has been trained. Right? But then that phase of life ends and another phase of life starts. See, we got to understand that life moves in cycles. Life moves in phases. And when we understand the phases, we not only could guide ourselves better, we not only can live our lives better, but we can help younger people coming up and some older people who may be lost because they might not understand. But a metaphor like this will help them understand. Next is the ox. The ox took under his patronage the next term of life, and therefore a man in his middle age is fond of work, devoted to labor, resolute to amass wealth, and to husband his resources. So, now, at this phase, you know, a lot of us, because we wasn't trained as a young man, right, as that wild horse, we stay in that horse phase. We never get to a point where we are ox. We get to the ox phase, because the ox is a symbol of power. The horse, in a lot of cases, can be a symbol of freedom. You know what I'm saying? But the ox is known as a very, very hard worker, a definite beast of burden. And in the middle of our life, many of us become beast of burden. Many people eat off of or ride on our cart as we pull them through, right? As we pull them through life. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers complaining while they riding on your cart. Some people complaining as they ride on your cart. You know what I'm saying? You're pulling. You know what I'm saying? Some people complaining as you out in the field plowing. Right? But as an ox, it's telling you what you clearly need to be focused on. And this was a gift from the ox. Man in middle age is fond of work, devoted to labor, and resolute to amass wealth, and to husband his resources. So, those of you that's in the ox phase, the middle age of your life, right? This is the point where we need to be coming together and compiling our resources. I ain't saying you can't do it as horses, because we allow you to run the herds. As a matter of fact, when I was in California, Brother Rip took me horseback riding, and I guess is some land out there, and he rent a space for his horses. So we would walk out, and we would have to walk way out and find his horses. He called his horse, and his horse come, because his horse was able to run free with other horses, but the horse always came to him when he come out to where he at. So this horse come to him, allow him to put the saddle on, and we did some riding. But you seen the best of both sides of the horse. The horse got to run free with his friends, but when it was time to work, that horse came over and did his due diligence. Now we move into the ox mode. Many of y'all still running free. Y'all still running as horses when you need to be dedicated and devoted like the ox. You know what I'm saying? You need to be building like the ox. You know what I'm saying? That's the nation builder phase. The horse phase is the warrior phase. The ox phase is the nation builder and the nation maintainer phase, right? You know what I'm saying? So are you building a nation? Are you building up your wealth? Are you preparing yourself for what's to come, right? And then finally, The end of life was reserved for the dog, wherefore the old man is often snappish, irritable, hard to please, selfish, tolerant only of his own household, but averse to strangers and to all who do not minister to his comforts or to his necessities. Now, this is what we got to watch out for, the dog phase, right? Because this is where people become statesmen. And you have to wonder, are they looking out for the benefit of everybody, or are they looking out for the benefit of themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? So now moving into that dog phase, we need to start looking at some of these qualities. Snappishness. I mean, you know, then we have some politicians snapping, irritable, hard to please, selfish, tolerant only of those in his own household, but averse to strangers and to all who do not minister to his comfort or to his necessities. Right? So you put in all that work. Now you lay back. You don't trust too many people around you because you've been burnt in life. You know what I'm saying? You done pulled your cart. Now other people trying to get on you ain't not pulling the cart no more. Now you got to protect the cart. That's the eldership, right? The elder protect the culture. The elders are like the dogs of the culture. You can't just, no, homie, you just can't walk up in here and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because all these are double-edged swords. There are good parts and there are bad parts. Because we know some people can get caught in the ox phase and totally X out everything. So when they get to the point of being to the dog phase, there's nothing left for them to protect. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end that one there. I want to thank everybody that's been tuning in to the Gye-Nyame journey. I want to thank you. Remember to support the journey. When you support the journey, journey supports you. You give to us, we give to you. You know what I'm saying? And if I get you some ambrosia, I'm going to get you some ambrosia. That's for sure. That's for sure. I want you to know that. That's for sure, right? Because like I said, when y'all get to us, we get to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get us up out this whole volunteer mind state, this whole hustling and bustling mind state, right? Because I ain't gonna say hustling and bustling. I don't mind hustle. You know what I'm saying? You know, as a matter of fact, I say hustle build muscle. But I want to get us out this mind state where we feel that everybody need to give to us, or we just need to give. No, we need to form cycles in our communities. We need to be giving and receiving. We need to be selling as well as buying. That's how you build an economy. Economy is about exchange, right? And because we're not exchanging, we're suffering. I need y'all to understand that. You know what I'm saying? We need to get the flow of it don't just have to be currency. I have a brother that he makes a certain tea that I like. And I'm able to exchange with him some ambrosia for a certain amount of tea. We have determined the value of his tea. He has determined the value of my ambrosia, and we switch, right? You know what I'm saying? And then when I have cash, if I have it, I'm on trade. I'm not just asking him to give up something that he made. And we need to stop that, because that stops us from growing, right? Because when you go into the Chinese restaurant, they ain't trying to trade with you. I mean, they're trying to trade, but they're trying to trade to their advantage. They only want your money. When you walk into them to the stores that's run by those others, they ain't trying to bargain with you. They ain't allowing you come in and just allowing you just to walk out with your stuff for free. No. They doing business. We need to do business in our community. We need to trade in our community. We need to build in our community. And the only way that we're going to get that to happen is to start the cycle of trade going. I give you something. You give me something. I give you something. You give me something. Then we put somebody else in there. I give you something. You give me something. I take what you give me. I trade it with somebody else. They give me something. I give them something. I give you something. We give me something. And we just keep that going. And then we keep adding people to this ball, this giant, because it first starts off in a circle between two people. Then you add another layer to the circle. And there's a circle spinning around the circle. Then you add more to eventually we got a globe, a sphere, a spiritual sphere of economic force that has grown, that we could unleash on the world. And I want y'all to understand, man, this is real. This is real. This ain't no spiritual mumbo jumbo. This is real. You know what I'm saying? Because we can actually measure. I mean, it's a shame, man. I mean, it ain't even a shame, but it's a fact. We could measure. We could measure everything. We could measure the spiritual development in our lives. We could measure our economic health. We could measure our political health. And y'all, let me tell you something. It's not looking good. I say the resources or the money, or for lack of a better term, is the blood flow. If we look at the blood flow of our communities all over this country, we're hemorrhaging. We're hemorrhaging. We're bleeding to death. Right? You know what I'm saying? The blood is just flowing out. Political power. You know what I'm saying? When we look at the politics in our community, you know what I'm saying? Somebody left the gate open. We're being raped. We're being robbed. You know what I'm saying? The life force is leaving us. Right? We look at the businesses. I mean, they're dying. You know what I'm saying? The businesses represents the organs. I guess we could say the organs of the body, and they're shutting down. Right? And many of us are happy with that, and we can't be happy with that. I want to allow us to be happy with that. So I want to send shouts out to all those that take time to listen to the journey, and I especially want to thank all those people. So let's see who was listening to us within the last 7 days. Y'all know I love doing this. All right, numbers going down. Y'all tripping. Numbers is going down, but I still love you. All right, went way down, man. Oh, Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, that's what's going on. All right, let's go. Location last week, last 7 days. United States and Sweden. Wow, I got a lot of listeners in Sweden. Shouts out to Sweden. Major cities for the last 7 days. Lake Mary, Florida. Shouts out Lake Mary. Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, how y'all second? But I thank y'all for listening. Örebro, Sweden. 12.5. Lancaster, Ohio. United States. Lucama, North Carolina. Shouts out to Ukama. And Uddevalla, Sweden. Thank you for listening. Let's look at the last 4 weeks. Once again, Ghana moved up. We got United States, Ghana, Sweden, India, Germany, Kenya, Belgium, Turkey, and Netherlands. I thank the tens and tens and tens of fans that I have. Man, I appreciate every last. Man, I wish I could come over there and drink some ambrosia with y'all. Because I probably wouldn't be, I don't know if I can move this through customs. So what I have to do is get a SCOBY over there, and we start brewing it over there. Y'all can bring me to your country, and we'll brew. I stay there long enough to get some brew going, because it only take about 7 days. You know what I'm saying? We get it going. I'm not playing. All right, top cities. Menlo Park, California. Wow, Columbus just totally abandoned me over the last 4 weeks. Menlo Park, California. Shots out. Number 1 over the last 4 weeks. Who do I know in Menlo Park? Somebody send me a shout out. Let me know. Little Rock, Arkansas. Wow, 2nd. Lake Mary, Florida. Accra, Ghana. Lewis Center, Ohio. Shots out. Marietta, Georgia. Ypsilanti, Michigan. Uddevalla, Sweden. Columbus, Ohio. 2nd to last. Somebody gonna get their ass kicked. And Lancaster, Ohio. Shots out. I'm just joking. I love every last one of y'all. Alright? And thank you for taking the time to tune in to the journey. Let's see how many downloads I've been getting. I ain't gonna say that on there because my numbers ain't they're not humongous, but I appreciate the tears of you. All right, this brother Hatem, and I'm out. I will see you tomorrow night.